Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. Normalize being difficult to get a hold of. Accessibility is not a virtue when it costs you your peace. You are not required to be constantly available. Normalize protecting your energy, your attention, and your time. Boundaries aren't rude, they're responsible. Normalize being difficult to get a hold of, not because you're avoiding life, but because you're prioritizing your own. In a culture that expects constant replies, instant access, 24/7 availability, and open emotional bandwidth on demand, not answering is now seen as rebellion. And guess what? It should be. Because here's the truth. Your time is your currency. Your attention is your energetic gold. And if you're constantly responding, explaining, replying, absorbing, you're leaking value all day long. You're depleting your presence before you even get to your own work. You are not required to be available just because someone else is bored, anxious, or emotionally unregulated. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to set the tone. You are allowed to be intentionally unreachable, not because you're being passive-aggressive, but because you're self-governing. The most powerful people I know, they're not always online. They're not always on. They're focused, present, anchored. You don't just reach them anytime, and that's why their energy feels valuable when you do. Constant access cheapens presence. It blurs the line between true connection and energetic consumption. And that's not selfish. That's spiritual hygiene. Let's be clear. Not every message requires a reply. Not every call needs to be answered. Not every check-in needs to be accommodated. If you're always available to everyone, you eventually become available to nothing meaningful. Being difficult to get a hold of isn't arrogance. It's order. It means your energy is being used on purpose. It means you've created a system around your time, your focus, and your capacity. It means you've stopped living in reaction mode and started moving like someone who knows how sacred their own nervous system is. When you're always accessible, you're easy to drain, easy to distract, easy to program. But when you're sovereign with your time, your power compounds, your intuition sharpens, your clarity deepens. You're not just reacting to energy, you're managing it. This is your reminder that urgency is not an emergency. People will project their timing onto you and call it important. But your job is to filter, not absorb. You're not here to be everyone's emotional first responder. You're here to protect the frequency that allows you to build, lead, create, and heal intentionally. And let's talk practically. What if the reason your goals aren't moving faster has nothing to do with your talent, your ideas, or your discipline, but everything to do with your availability? What if the breakthroughs you've been praying for are waiting on you to log off, mute the chat, and finally give yourself a full, undivided container of time to focus? Because every time you respond to something that didn't deserve your energy, you delay something that did. So let people call you hard to reach. Let them say you've changed. Let them feel a shift. That shift isn't distance. It's discernment. You're not hard to get a hold of because you're flaky. You're hard to get a hold of because your energy is being used with precision. That's the difference between being busy and being built for impact. Protect your time like it's sacred, because it is. Guard your energy like it's rare, because it is. Move like your vision deserves undistracted attention, because it does. The School of Soul Vault is my private monthly membership designed for those who are done just listening and ready to start building. Inside, you get full access to my video series, the unfiltered teachings, the strategy, the game plans, everything I don't share anywhere else. If you're ready to grow in silence and rise with precision, this is where it happens. Join the Vault, monthly access, lifetime impact.